Tweak, and MK Lil's just a little bit more nicer than Mars. Then, of course, here, I mean, there's just so many strong players. Anybody can really be a wild card. But we'll see, man, how this goes down here. Doubles. Game number 1, Mr. Ally getting ready to face off against hashtag for the, I almost said for the feet. I was like, these guys are freaks. for the fleet. My bad, Coney.
I wonder why they'd show up to Smash and Splash with that name for the feet. Like, you guys are degenerates.
Yeah, man. I was like, all right, for the fleet. My apologies. All right, and with the way this one's starting out right here, obviously Ally and Mr. R coming out in a very dominant fashion. I think that's just kind of how both of their two characters are kind of comprised. You see right there, Mr. R just getting in and getting his hands dirty, not wasting any time here in game number 1.
Yeah, I think that they really want to go for the two-sided 1v1s, Mr. R and Ally, specifically because Chrom is very, very good against Olimar. And Ally, I don't know, has ever had a problem with Snake or with Ness.
No, definitely not.
So he can just keep BestNess off on the side while Myran kind of gets mopped up by Mr. R. That's what they're hoping for. But BestNess playing very defensive, doing a good job. Only a 65% and gets that KO. He's actually the reason the team's coming alive right now.
Most definitely, man. I think to kind of add to that, too, there is just some glaring weaknesses that I really feel like the red team kind of just obliterates on the blue teams for half. But I think what I'm going to really zero in on specifically is how well Nikita works versus PK Thunder when he's trying to, whether it hits the Thunder or it hits Ness, or whether it just hits Olimar, because obviously he's a sitting duck. On the opposite end of that as well, though, I think the blue team can actually really combo the red team up really well, and that's with the partner or not. Olimar, you get your hands on Snake and Chrom, you're in for a good time. Same with Ness. We've seen what BestNess, we've seen what Austin they've done to characters like this. They completely just pick them apart. Okay.
See BestNess off on the side. Both characters trying to recover. No Nikita. We're just going to play it safe, try to cover the ledge. You see that a lot in doubles where one person will sort of get the ledge, the other one will sit behind him. Looks like they're opting for that strat. 112 and 132, but BestNess still alive. I don't think he's going to make it unless Myran saves him, but he does not.
Okay, and he wanted to go low, but maybe not too low. I mean, you always run the risk, obviously, of coming back awkwardly, and again, like you said, you know, you get Chrom at the ledge of stage. Chrom and Ray are never, ever going to go out there and go deep. They're going to showcase that good footwork towards the ledge of stage and use their tilts to kind of keep you pinned down. And wherever they kind of falter, that's where Nikita can come in and certainly help.
We got one of these staggered stock situations where, you know, it looks like red team is kind of ahead, but blue team with a considerable percent differential. I mean, like, they're just so far ahead in terms of percent. And there goes Myran, Ally trying to keep him off stage, but eventually he's able to claw his way back.
And that's what I love so much about Myran, the fact that Ally can use something like back air and it misses. Ally knew he's seen his life flash before his eyes, because if he did not get back to the stage in a timely fashion, he could have literally been hit with the dare. And even if it didn't spike him, it would have been at least enough to hit him out of his cypher and KO him, man. So he has to stay on the up and up here at all times versus Olimar off stage. There's the forward tilt again. Mr. R.
There we go. This is what you were talking about. Oh, my God. The huge reward off that single Nikita. We were waiting for that all match, and he finally let it loose.
Yes. The offstage gameplay is always going to be nice right there from an Ally, regardless if he goes out there physically or not. Oh, yeah, he said, get that up air. Oh, no. Wow, he almost forward aired him, but he was like, you know, I just really wanted the PK Thunder. It was all a trick.
Well, there are two ways that BestNess could have gone, right? He could have gone to the right and try to loop around, which I saw him do before, or he could go to the left. But if he goes to the left, he's going to get spiked because it's going to take longer. So Ally just going to eat up that PK Thunder, and we're going out to the next game. And, yeah, I guess it's for the fleet because both on Team Armada.
That's right. Oh, that's very true, for
Makes
the
sense.
fleet. You know, I just think there's a couple areas that I think hashtag for the fleet could kind of tighten up in a little bit. And I say that not trying to take anything away from, because obviously Myran and BestNess, two of the most prolific smashers, not just ultimate, but just smash in the business right now, putting up numbers on the board. But I just think, you know, when it came to the offstage gameplay, you know, either they couldn't get back to the ledge properly enough, or, you know, either they're too far off stage, now you have to deal with Nikita. And Nikita, I mean, still very strong move in this current patch. I mean, it does like, what, 16% or something crazy like that. I mean, it's like basically a traveling smash attack at this point.
Something wild. I'm actually surprised. That was my #1 thing that I wouldn't be surprised if it got nerfed, just because I feel like, you know, at our level of play, we figured it out.
Yes, sir.
Maybe not ours. But at the top level of play, they kind of figured it out. But at casual level, dude, that Nikita must be, like, ruining college dorms everywhere.
Yeah,
you know,
all free.
People are probably freaking out about that, but I don't know. We didn't get touched.
I know we talked so much about like how Luma was whacked for Rosalina, like she's so difficult to deal with, or how the Pikmin, the purple one, can be so devastating for all of them. I'm like, look, man's best friend in this game is Snake and Nikita, okay? That's the ultimate side character right there. Trust me. I've been on the receiving end of a lot of those right here, but you guys are on the receiving end of a game #2. We'll jump right into it. Mr. Ally obviously going up. Game #1, I don't want to say it was very dominant. It felt like there was a couple instances where it could have went either way, but at the end of the day, it was the red team was able to kind of clutch it out. But let's see how this one starts off here. Ally taking a big beating, and again, I like that a lot, excuse me, not Mr. R, but Ally getting up underneath BestNess, and BestNess trying to showcase that good dare that Ness is equipped with on Snake.
Yeah, he was able to get away from that just barely. Mr. R running option coverage, hitting these forward smashes, but we are in Smashville, much smaller stage really than Battlefield in terms of the blast zone, so I'm a little surprised by how this one's gonna turn out. I mean, like you said, the last game could have gone either way. I think that Nikita that took off 2 stocks at once was really the turning point. We'll see if Mr. R and Ally can make that magic happen again. Blue team doing their best to come alive, though.
Yes, and to add to that as well, too, you know, obviously the blast zones are smaller, but obviously the stage itself is just a little smaller as well, too. So right now, at least in a doubles format, you won't be able to play the 2-1v1 thing with relative ease. You really have to focus on team synergy with just how close quarters that we are. Oh, my. Yeah. It's not the C for himself, but a little late on the trigger right there. Unfortunately, he finds himself getting KO'd.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. He went a little bit too low. He tried to air dodge to the ledge and was just a little bit off. And it's always surprising to me to see top players make that mistake, because I see a lot of like mid-level players make the mistake, and you would think that, you know, top players, you know, they're not infallible, but that just seems like such a easy thing to fix, you know, but you get kind of greedy sometimes, want to hold on to that up B.
Yeah, I agree, and on top of that too, just, you know, it's really odd to see Snake players kind of fall to that as well too, because you know how abusable and how gimpable your recovery is, and with how long Ally's been playing Snake, you would think that, oh, C4 reset, like that's just like the back of his hand at that point, but maybe just couldn't quite judge, or he just didn't realize that maybe he wouldn't get back to the ledge. Nonetheless, here Myran struggling to get back to the stage himself. Again, Nikita, not Myran's best friend in this matchup by any means necessary. 110% though, obviously he's matched up to the T here with Ally. And Ally, I love that. A little bit of a situation reset, goes for the dash attack, switches focus off Myran. That's what you're supposed to do. You know Myran's gonna take a while to get back to the stage. Force the 2v1 the minute you throw one of the teammates off. Yeah,
that's usually what you want to go for with the opponent off on the side. Want to 2v1 the one guy that's left. Mr. R and Ally so good at that, but Mr. R actually KOing his partner on that with that up tilt. Doesn't seem to be too bad just because they have BestNess. Yeah, there we go, a kill percent. He gets the up tilt. Mr. R still with 2 stocks. Kind of the odd man out here, and he looks like he's nowhere close to getting KO'd anytime soon.
No, absolutely not, man. With the way that the red team has been on the ball right here, they know that it's not just about taking stocks, but it's also about manageability of your stocks and your teammates' stocks as well. With this in mind, they're certainly living up to that testament, but I like that Ally trying to get in and save Mr. R. You know, even though Crom's up B, very difficult move to do it. 2 talented individuals, like both players on the blue team, they'll know how to pick that apart if you leave him by himself. So wonderful situation awareness right there from Ally, but not strong enough. Find himself off stage. There's the up tilt, though.
Yeah, now BestNess once again in this very uncomfortable 2v1 situation. Well, okay, I was going to say, this is a weird thing, because, like, do you take it? Because Crom could get super gimped by Ness. So I think this is the right play, but we've seen before, like you were talking about Austin, how he does against snakes and against characters. Oh, no! Oh, no!
Oh, bye. Oh, wait, no.
Oh, he's okay, he's okay. He's got the super armor on the up B. That could have been disastrous. They cannot underestimate BestNess here. If he gets rid of Mr. R, he might have the juice to be able to beat Ally in the 1v1.
Yes, absolutely.
God,
Ally right here obviously staying at the ledge for good reasons, of course. Nice, almost a bit of a situation reset. Was able to almost push him off stage. And see, the thing about this situation is that had he got Ally off stage, Crom would have just had to wait at the ledge, bro, and just I'm like literally on some Titanic stuff. Like you're at the ledge of the boat just waiting, bro. Like you can't do anything.
I'll never let go, bro.
I'll never let go.
Goodbye. I'm sorry.
That's right, man. Red team never let go of that final stock, and obviously clutched it out right there on the blue team. But again, I don't want anybody who's just tuning in to think Myran and BestNess aren't some of the most the nicest players in the business. I mean, you know, there's just a few loose ends that they got to tie, but that's okay though. The great thing about this format, at least in doubles, is that it's not Swiss, but it is best of 5 as well too. So you got a little bit more time here to really tighten up your ship as we move right into what could be the final game here for the blue team. And again, I got to shout out production. Shout out to Vince, dude. That transition with the water,
oh, it's great. I love everything about this event in terms of like the production, everything put together. It's awesome. I can't wait till the top 8. That's gonna be so cool.
Yeah, you and Trihex, you guys be sitting pretty up here, man.
We'll make it fun.
Yes.
And right now, Mr. R and Ally just with 10% between both of them. Blue team kind of exploding early on in this third, potentially final game for them in winner's bracket. Guys, the tournament for doubles was actually just the standard double elim. So you're gonna see, you know, no crazy stuff here. Just gonna see these guys. Whoever loses goes into, you know, I think losers quarters. Is that how it works?
I believe so.
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean this is only top 6, so I'm not exactly sure what the other 2 games of losers were looking like, but yeah. little different here at Smash and Splash, but you know what, though, at the end of the day, somebody has to win, somebody has to lose. That's all you can really ask for here in this format. Okay, nice. I think he thought he had Marth right there. That forward smash definitely not going to be enough to reach Myran. With that in mind, Allies are losing his stock. Blue team coming out, swinging with a lot of force. Myran almost loses that stock right there to forward tilt. Good directional DI, of course.
Yeah, but if you remember how this game started with red team just really exploding the blue team in terms of percent getting on a ton of stuff, now blue team is leading in stocks and percent actually by a considerable margin. Blue team looking super strong at the start of this game 3.
That's right.
Oh no, BestNess might have gotten a little bit too cute. He's okay though.
Just a little bit. You know, even though Snake doesn't really want to be off stage too much physically versus Ness, you still got to watch out for back air. I think back air has a couple different hitboxes regardless. You don't want to be hit by any of them as you're using PK Thunder out there, all right? Watch yourself. Nice. Gets the purple Pikmin up smash. This is where Myran is his most deadly. He gets the double blue or the double purple plus the blue.
Yes.
It's going to be a bad time here for the red, or even worse time. I mean, it already is a bad time for the red team.
Yeah. Oh, wow, but that back air from Mr. R really surprised that KO'd. I mean, he was at high percent, but didn't think it was that high. BestNess putting out the fire. Mr. R is going to be able to get around it, but yeah, he's just going to get set right up into that.
I feel like you've seen that one.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, that's the tale as old as time right there.
Yep.
Okay.
Ally now on his last stock. He's got to be the guy to watch, but he's at 173. And both these characters having killing throws is an element of this match that you have to respect.
Oh my God! And speaking of getting queued off stage, Coney, to add to that, Ally getting a little bit too comfortable out there, not taking into consideration that the blue team are playing a little bit more solid now. They're not playing a 2-1v1. They have each other's backs. Nice. Has the armor on the up special on the way up. Nice. Being very, very mindful here of BestNess. Again, gets the counter. Nothing, though.
Yeah, that's the second time he's landed that counter, but it goes in the wrong direction. So Mr. R going for the cheeky stuff, but oh, that's tough. Ugh.
What an answer back, Coney. Goddamn.
Yeah, that was rough.
That's how you put a point on the board right there. Shout out to Team Armada. I know they're very happy right now watching their boys at home do damage here.
Big shout outs to them too, because like the start of that game was ugly. They took like 100%, 150% unanswered from Mr. R and Ally, but they still found ways to get off stocks. Mr. R getting gimped off on the left-hand side pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah.
So blue team putting some stuff up. We'll see how this one goes.
Definitely did not expect the 3-0. I expected at least Myran and BestNess at least get a game, and that's not to, put too much light on Ally or Mr. R. And obviously, I just know that, those two very, very fearsome together. I know that they probably teamed on a handful of occasions.
Yep.
But again, this is a new game, new meta, and of course the stages obviously play a big role into how some of these matchups can work, especially for characters that are kind of lopsided like Chrom and Snake. They have some very glaring, pros and what they can do versus the opponent, but they have some pretty glaring weaknesses, especially versus two combo-orientated characters like Olimar and Ness. So.
Yeah, I definitely think that they're characters that, like, if you look at a character like Wolf, it's hard at first glance to really pinpoint, like, a huge weakness.
Yes.
But when you look at Mr. R, or I'm sorry, like Chrom, be played by Mr. R, it's like, okay, well, if he's off stage, he has one thing he needs to do, which is just get back at by all means necessary, makes it very predictable. Snake, in terms of trying to get back on the stage, can have a really hard time landing. So both those characters with very distinct weaknesses and cons. So have to see if Myran and BestNess can continue to exploit that in this game 4, and I think Town and City was the pick.
Okay. Not a bad pick at all for either of these two. I mean, obviously, we have platforms that certainly play into effect in terms of a combo building. But as the platforms leave, of course, it turns into FD for a little bit. So obviously we get to play the floors live, and I really see the blue team benefiting from the no platforms more than the red team,
Yeah, for sure.
Obviously the red team, they want to stay stationary as much as possible. The only time they really want to be in the air is if they're dishing out the damage. But as you see right here, the forwarder right into the up tilt. Very quick combo, but at least it sends a message. It lets them know, like, look, we have our combos on deck. We're not playing the 2-1v1 thing anymore.
Yeah.
We will hurt you if you get too close, sir.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised by this counter pick. Like you were saying, I do think blue team is better suited for this.
Yes, sir.
Because, I mean, we saw BestNess throwing out the PK Fires, and you can do that safely on a stage this large. You can't really do that on Smashville in doubles. But on here, BestNess is finding a way to do it. Myran finding a way to throw out these Pikmin. And red team is suffering for it right now.
Yeah. Certainly hurting here. Obviously, BestNess still looking the healthiest here for good reason. It kind of goes back to what you talked about in game number 1. He's being more of like, maybe not, defensive, but he's being more of the stock take in mind.
He's playing support.
He's playing support, and that's good because I would much prefer Myran kind of stay in the forefront, go in, go ham, especially with the right combination of Pikmin, can be very deadly for the red team.
Yeah.
Nice, gets right underneath BestNess, gets the up tilt. Okay, doesn't quite KO BestNess, but he does find a KO there on Myran.
Yeah.
Wonderful stuff.
76% on BestNess, trying to absorb the grenade. Doesn't really happen, but only takes about 11% for his mistake. And there goes Crom. BestNess, once again, the odd man out with 3 stocks left. He's got to hold on to it as long as possible.
Yes.
You know Ally's going to be looking for the up tilt. But as long as BestNess stays away from the sides, Mr. R can really only go for like a back air or a forward tilt. Yep, just like that, and that'll do it. That's
right, and he's getting a little bit more antsy on how he's starting to approach. You can certainly see the comfortability in the Snake Crom plus, you know, Ness matchup. Obviously, BestNess, the fact.
Oh, no!
It wasn't supposed to go down like that. Oh, my God. I was getting ready to say they're doing so good at dealing with BestNess' PK Fire. They know because he's playing the stationary role, we're going to see more PK Thunders, going to see more PK Fires to try to keep them at bay. But that time, felt right off stage, and regardless if it was intentional or not, the red team, they have the ever so slight lead. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with it. Yeah, that was disastrous for blue team. I mean, at that point, I don't know, dude. This fleet is looking more like the Titanic right now. Myran with 80%. Just doing the best he can, but all he really needs is just one more, maybe forward tilt into an up tilt by Snake. Yeah, up tilt by Snake will kill for sure. Or a dash attack by Crom. And now it looks like blue team's hopes of getting into winners finals are just slowly going down the drain. Yeah, I mean, they started out this match so strong, but just a few mishaps. Now, really what I think it was that PK Thunder. Yes. You know, and I like the fact that he recovered a little low. I mean, you could tell he was certainly trying to avoid the action, but Mr. R, I don't know, again, if it was intentional or not, but he went right in and made it happen. Okay, but I think Mr. R has a C4 on him right there. It's certainly on BestNess here. He's going to try to make it back up. Yeah, he goes for the upper instead of the air dodge up. He does get away with it, so no harm, no foul on that. You see a lot of... Okay. Oh, no. Well... And I think the C4 actually fell off Ness anyway, but it really wouldn't have mattered at that position because he was